Heroes of Cabernet allowed me to gather some incredible personalities from around the world. And I'm so privileged to be able to introduce you to Andrea Leon. And Andrea Leon is the director of winemaking for Clos Apalta and Lapostolle. And she's the boss lady in charge of all the winemaking. And I'm real thrilled to be able to talk with you this morning. We've had some great fun preparing for this interview, so it's great to introduce you to our audience today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to talk to you all the way down from Chile in Santa Cruz, to see you friends in LA and California.
You spent some time here in California making some wine years back, but
Oh,
you've been with La Pastole and Clos Apalta now for how long?
About 17 years. Yeah, it's been a lifetime that I've been working for the family. But well, I went to college in Santiago. I'm Chilean, born and bred, and I love eating and drinking.
Sure. Let's go into that slideshow. And when we were putting this together, we thought we were going to be talking with Paula, who's the winemaker at La Pastole, but you are her boss, and we are thrilled to be able to talk to the technical director and winemaker. And you're well traveled. You've been able to make wine all over the world and working with both Clos Apalta and La Pastole. You're working with some legends there. The family has a great history in this business, and really was one of I think probably one of the first brands to elevate Chile in a way of like luxury, bringing
Yeah, they totally did. I was at college. I remember when there was this new wine launch. It was Cuvée Alex. Imagine at the time. It's hard to understand how fast things have changed down here. In the 90s, we had the Merlot mix with Carmener. We talk about red or white. It was very much internal consumption and only exporting, commodities. But Chile is a great country in terms of producing fruits and, agriculture goods. But then we needed a little bit of a help at the time in elevating that wine. Could be generic, very good, and very valuable, well priced, to something singular, terroir driven, who will compete with any other wine in the world. And in the Colchagua Valley at the time, Apalta is a newly appellation in terms of legality. It's always been known for making, great wines, but it wasn't legally acknowledged until 2018. Okay, so that's another important thing about the wine here. These are vines planted in 1907. We normally talk about the winery, which is really beautiful, and the winemaker, and but for me, it's the grapes. And this is a wine, one of the few wines of a parcel wine. This comes exclusively from the block number 8, since the name of the wine, La Parcelle 8, in French, that we like to say it, La Parcela 8 in Spanish, as we all talk about, know the block. That's the actual real block.
Is that sand? Is that growing in sand there?
It's well decomposed granite. Wow. So it is sand, but it's not of alluvial origin. It's colluvial. All the hillsides you see on the back, with all the earthquakes and others, volcanic explosions. So it's an igneous soil. It had an origin of a volcanic origin. Who ran down. In the old times in Chile, you would plant your vineyard on the bottom of your estate, okay? And the hills were all used for cattle. Today, we have vineyards up in the hills, but they're much younger. They were planted from 97 onwards. That's one of the things the French people, Marnier in particular, brought also that vision of growing up on the hills. But this, we have about 30 hectares, which is about 60 acres of old vines. And this parcel 8 is where the family really fell in love with Chile in Apalta and saw those little small concentrated grapes could make great wine. And well, they were used for Clos Apalta, which is our premier cru, which is based on Carmener. But we thought, you know what, why don't we do, and that's Charles' idea as well, I want to make a great Cabernet. We have great vineyards, a great team, a great winery, but made from a single block. Okay, so the parcel 8 comes from that block. There's a little bit of other varietals there, Cabernet Franc, a tiny bit. 18 was cold vintage, you know, and with the current conditions that I know you in California have also suffered, a cold vintage today means the world, because you get a nice and easygoing and smooth maturity that comes little by little. 2019 brought very mild conditions during the spring. Warm came slowly but steadily. We had a good flowering and we didn't have any rain. So it was a bit more overcast and a bit cooler, but we didn't have rain. So we could wait nice and easy for the perfect maturity. And keeping the freshness of the grapes. And Cab is a lovely grape to work on that sense, you know, so loyal, always over deliver. So we've been working in this wine for a long time. First vintage was 2011 that we didn't launch. So we just kept it for ourselves. We skipped 12, we did 13, then 15. And now 18 is the new one, which we're very excited about because it's a great conditions for Cab in particular.
Almost 100 points. That's pretty.
Yes.
Congratulations to you. It's you know, that just tells you that this is a wine that needs to be noticed, and with all of your vision and ideas, I think it's fantastic to have some leadership for Chile at the high end of the scale. And that's really what this tasting allows us to see, are some of the best wines, the best Cabernets from all over the world, and be able to taste them kind of side by side, compare and contrast.
Incredible.
And it's you know, there's not a lot of this wine available, and there's not a lot of this wine in my store, but I have a little bit, and I wanted to share it with people, give people some perspective, give me the chance to taste it too, because these are the type of wines where you get a letter and people say, hey, by the way, we're going to get a couple of 6-packs. Let us know if you would like one. And so
yeah.
it's nice to be able to buy these, but they're so special. Some people haven't tried them, and that's what I really love to do.
Small bottlings, you know, is less than the block. The whole of the block is almost 2 hectares. And we do a strict selection for this wine. The rest will go into Clos Apalta, so it's still really good. But here we're looking for that beautiful balance and that freshness we get in Apalta with a Cab. Chile produces really good Cabernets, and Cab is one of the great varieties that you can have amazing expressions in Napa, in Margaret River, you know, in Europe. We're able to value the old vines that are in Apalta. You know, this was material that was brought by some visionary who wanted to make French Bordeaux varietals in the middle of Chile, you know, in 1907. So, and they're still around. So that's incredible, my vision.
Well, you're incredible, and we've really enjoyed talking with you. And I hope that we can encourage some people to come and visit. I know I want to come down and to see the estate. I've never been to Chile yet. All right. Take care.
Take care. Have a good one.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.